it's a gut-wrenching loss, especially given the fact that it's now 9 straight. But I mean, if I'm a Tennessee fan, I'm more. I mean, after getting over the initial just heartbreak, I mean, I'm pretty encouraged by what I saw. In light of this, I mean, that was a game, and we watched the game Saturday night. Like, it looked like Georgia at Texas last year. It looked like Alabama in Georgia last year. I mean, it was a heavyweight fight, and Tennessee punched back for 60 minutes. And the only time they've done that in recent memory was that 22 game against Alabama in a big-time game against a big-time opponent. I mean, Tennessee had answers. When it looked like Georgia had punched them in the mouth to start the third quarter and they were dead in the water, Tennessee came back. They took the lead. They did it again in the fourth quarter. That's the only time that they've done that against that caliber of an opponent outside of that 22 Alabama game, to me. And, I think that when you look at the schedule, when you look at what we've seen from what else is out there in the SEC, I think that bodes well for Tennessee, especially when you might get some guys back on defense.
Yeah, let me give you this quote as we kind of bow tie it up here. This is Kirby Smart. Quote, "We thought our advantage was our conditioning level," Smart said after the game. "We felt we were a better conditioned team, and I really thought after that first drive in the second half, all right, here we go. We're getting ready to rock and roll." But Tennessee bowed their neck. They were a playoff team a year ago, and they stopped the run some, forcing us to do some different things. I think that's exactly the point you're making, Rob. That I mean, Austin, I texted you. I thought Tennessee's getting ready to get run out of the stadium. They're going to run them into the river after that opening drive. Tennessee's character. What does Josh Heupel call it? Competitive character. Eric, what's the phrase? Is that?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, they fought and they did exactly what you needed to do, and because of that, Austin, Rob's point that you should be encouraged by things is exactly right, because if they play like that, Tennessee can beat anybody they play on any Saturday anywhere.
I mean, is that not the best team they're going to play this year?
In my opinion, yes. Yeah, we'll see what Alabama turns into.
Oklahoma,
but
we'll see what Oklahoma turns into. We'll see what Alabama has found out
today. That's the best team they're going to play.
Yes, I don't think Wisconsin's very good, but I think the obituary on Alabama was was written too early.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they're talking about what Kalen DeBoer's buyout is in Alabama this week, like they were 2 weeks ago.
But that's still an uncertain situation.
Mm-hmm. It is. But they definitely were better, and the quarterback's certainly playing well the last 2 weeks.
It's a place you haven't won at in forever. Same with Florida as well. And I know Florida's a dumpster fire. Although Florida lost by 10 after turning it over 5 times, which is just wild to me on the road. Nonetheless,
and 1 defensive touchdown.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I think Tennessee is overall better, and I recognize defense has got to come and do some things, but it's because of Joey Aguilar, quarterback, right? Easy answer, low hanging fruit.
I think this too, Eric. I think what's probably not talked about as much, and I don't want to take anything away from Joey. There's some wrinkles into this offense that clearly Tennessee invested a lot of time this offseason. I think Sleth Luttrell, I think Joey Halsley, I think that staff really went to work on, okay, what did teams do to us last year that caused us a lot of problems that we couldn't do? What are some wrinkles we can put in? You're seeing some different things with this offense that I think are effective and I think have gone really well. How much more of that is there in this offense? We'll see. Joey, I think, allows you to do all the things that you want to do, but I think those wrinkles should be noted in how Tennessee is adapting their offense to how teams are playing them. I think the result of that is you scored a lot more points against Kirby Smart than you have.
Yeah, I think it's nice when you're not running dig routes every single pass pattern. But I mean, Austin, too, with Joey Aguilar, I mean, I thought he would be fine. I thought, certainly after the first 2 weeks, I'm like, okay, a little bit better. But I mean, it was kind of like you got to see it to believe it type deal. And we'll see what Georgia's defense turns into. Again, I'm like Rob, I think Georgia's going to be fine. One of the better football teams, in the country. Seeing what he did against Georgia, against the Kirby Smart defense, I'm like, I would have never guessed that. And if you can do that, you can throw for almost 400 yards and 5 total touchdowns against Georgia. You can absolutely beat any team on the schedule. So, I mean, again, like to Rob's point, if I'm a Tennessee fan, I'm encouraged. Now, again, no moral victories. Josh Heupel doesn't want to hear any of that, and this is not a moral victory, but you can still leave a loss and feel encouraged by looking down the schedule here and saying, okay, well, you get that effort from your quarterback and your team, you're gonna be able to win a whole lot of games on the schedule.
Well, we said before the season started, you have to do something you've not done in a while, which is either beat Georgia, you hadn't done it under Heupel, and you hadn't done it since 2016, where you have to win at Alabama or at Florida. Something Tennessee's not done since you were in like middle school. I had a lot more hair, and Hubs and Rob had a lot more dark hair. So I had a lot's changed.
I was in elementary school, by the way.
22 years. Okay, elementary school. That's even better. 2003. So I mean, that's where you're at with this thing. Now you've got to go on the road to Alabama, win, to Florida, win. You got to win at least one of those if you're trying to get back to the playoff, and that's holding serve against everybody else. So you like where this team's at. Joey Aguilar showed you something the last couple of weeks, and even going back to the Syracuse game. He's just shown you the ability when things break down to improvise, to throw and make throws with touch. Was it the second touchdown to Brazel where he kind of fitted over on that kind of like that little post there towards the goal post. Like that's a throw where he had to put something on it, but also not put too much on it and give it some air. And he did that. Like those little throws, the plays where things break down, he's able to make something out of nothing. That's what makes me think this offense can really continue to hum.